วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับ
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join and ask questions. Our first participant for tonight is Jordan first. Jordan, you came in first tonight.
Hello, Lungpo. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for answering our questions. I know that you've heard most of these questions many times, and I appreciate being able to ask these questions so much. Today, I was just this is one you probably get a lot as well. Basically, I feel like I have so much love for the world, and I really want to try to in some way help the world and help my my friends and my family, and I just want to ask, by doing this practice and by awakening myself, is this the best chance that I have for helping others?
Yes, before you can help others, you have to have the tools, the ability to help. If you not have the ability, then your intention is useless because you cannot put it into practice. Like if you want to be a lifeguard, but you don't know how to swim, how the hell are you going to help other people when they drown? You first have to learn how to swim first. Once you know how to swim, then you can become a lifeguard and protect people's life on the beaches. So the same way, if you want to help people overcome the suffering, you first have to learn how to do it first. And you first have to know how to do it yourself for yourself first. It's like swimming. Overcoming suffering is like learning how to swim. You learn how to get rid of your suffering, your mental suffering, your stress, your depression, your anxiety, worry, all these negative feelings inside of you. You have to learn how to get rid of them first. Once you know how, then you can help other people. Like the Buddha, before he started teaching to the world, he first have to find the way for himself first, how to deal with his own suffering. Once he had found the path and got rid of all his suffering, then he was ready to help the world. And he did it for 45 years after his 6 years of solitude meditation. So you first have to develop your ability to help other people before you can help other people. Intention alone is not good enough.
Okay, thank you. And I don't have to worry about about forgetting about them once I.
They'll
once
come
I-
to you once you become enlightened. They'll come after you. You don't have to go after them.
I'm not going to lose my love for the world by becoming enlightened.
You'll be super lover of the world,
Okay.
super Santa Claus, like the Buddha. Look at the Buddha. He worked tirelessly teaching people every day. He taught people four times a day. In the afternoon, he taught the lay people. In the evening, he taught the monks and the bhikkhuni. Late at night, he taught the devas, the spiritual beings. And early in the morning, before he go on alms round, he will send his mental mind to search for people that he could help on that particular day. So this is what the Buddha did every day of his life, 45 years. Who else could do this thing without getting any paid for? Except for the food he got on alms round. That's all he got. That's all he needed.
Okay, thank you so much, Langpor. Thank you for answering my question.
And his compassion and his love still linger to this day. We still respect him for what he did. And we couldn't thank him enough for what he have done for the world. Without him, we won't be here. We will still be probably in a mental institution somewhere. Really, I'm not kidding. You could end up in a mental institution if you don't have Buddhism to help you, or end up killing yourself. That's what a lot of people do nowadays. And they don't know how to overcome their suffering, the depression.
Right.
Okay, understood?
Okay, I understand, and I'm practicing, and it's going well. Thank
Don't
you.
worry about other people now. Worry about your practice. Finish your work first. Once you
Yes,
finish your work,
Ajahn.
then you can help. Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Next, Felicia Chan from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes,
Ajahn, I think tonight your speaker volume is a bit low.
it is.
Yeah.
You cannot hear me clearly. It's the same with everybody.
Yes, your speaker is quite low.
Let me check the setting. I don't know where to go from here.
The microphone.
There's several settings I have to go through first. I have to go to the computer setting. Okay. Does it sound better now?
Okay,
Yeah,
this
it's better now.
Yeah, okay. It was
Okay.
set at 88. Now I put it up to 100. That's the maximum I can do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
for letting me know. Now you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Okay,
All
Ajahn,
right, thank you.
I would like to report that I can see myself remain mindful and wisdom continuously when I meditate or not. When I always maintain my practice in mindfulness and wisdom, I also do not have the concept of time. I always lost track of time. I realized that being mindful and wisdom continuously is very important. I also can see there is no me in everything, including pain. Rajan, tonight I
Yes.
have a question. May I know, based on my progress and my practice is so far so good, do I need to study Buddha Sutra like Mangala Sutta or Nikaya Sutta and learn about Dharma words? many people have told me that I must learn Dharma Sutra and verse. But to me, my education not high. I enter into emptiness or mindfulness and wisdom practice is easier than study sutta. Thank you, Ajaan.
If you know how to control your mind, you know how to control your defilement, then you don't need to study anything anymore. But if you want to study, you can use the study to use as your teaching tool. Because when you teach others, you can use the Buddha's teaching to teach other people with. Because sometimes you're not able to explain things that you know within yourself to other people. So if you study this Mangala Sutta, then you can use that to teach people what they should be doing.
Noted.
But if you're not teaching anybody, then you really don't need to. If you know how to get rid of your defilement, that's enough. That's good enough. If you know what mindfulness is, you know what samadhi is, you know wisdom is, that's good enough.
Okay, thank you. Noted. I'm
Okay.
very happy. Thank you, Ajaan.
All right, you're welcome. Next, Titima from Thailand.
กราบนมัสการค่ะอาจารย์ Don't have any question today ค่ะ
Okay. Let's go to Buddha. I'm listening.
Alvin.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan.
Okay.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, go ahead, Alvin from Malaysia. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix my microphone. You see if it's going to become louder or not. Go ahead.
Good evening, Ajaan. Last week I asked you about mindfulness in terms of chanting Buddha. You see, the most importantly is, I can even chant walking, anything. Just most importantly is nothing in my preoccupied my mind, right? For the mindfulness, it's still a big challenge for me because every time I try to be mindful, and I think my mindfulness is not strong. After a while, I just forget to chant or forget to look at my steps. I mean, throughout when my working day and things like this, I find it quite difficult. Yeah, but when I walk to the train station and things like this, I find that is manageable. But once after you start working, the mind is still preoccupied with a lot of things, and it's very hard to be. I find that it's very hard to be mindful in terms of what I'm doing and things like this. Yeah.
It's like letting the cows out of the corral. Then it's very hard to go catch them.
Yeah.
Once you start letting your mind think about work, then it's just like a roller coaster. You just keep thinking until even after you come home, you still keep thinking about your work. So that's the problem with working and meditation. They don't seem to go together well. So if you want to practice efficiently, you should do on a day off when you're not working. Then you'll get better result. But it doesn't mean that you cannot practice on your working days also. But the result you get will be different. That's why the Buddha have set up one observance day for lay people to stop working and then go to the monastery and practice for one day. Do charity, keep the 8 precepts, and meditate, developing mindfulness and wisdom. So you need full time to practice really to get better results. It's like if you're a professional golfer, you go to the golf practice swinging your golf ball every day, right? And you do nothing else. But if you have to go to work and you can only have the weekend to go practice, or the afternoon when you come home from work, you won't have the strength to do the practice anymore. But eventually, if you're serious about practice, you know that your work is the obstruction, the hindrance to your advance in your practice. So you know that what you will do is to quit working and then devote full time for your practice. Like I did, I work full time, and when I started meditating, I find that both they don't go together hand in hand. So I decided I have to choose one or the other. So I chose to give up work and start a new job, practicing meditation as my new job.
Yeah, I read in your book.
Yeah. I started meditating seriously on the 1st of January 1974. I quit my work on December 31st, 1973. I had my last New Year party in 1973.
Then you just cut it off completely.
Yeah, and isolate myself from the world. Try to develop mindfulness and meditation and wisdom by reading Dhamma books. You have to be serious if you want to get any result, any real results. As a casual meditator, you don't get much.
Maybe once in a really, really long time, once in a blue moon, then you get some good results, like maybe for very short time, like but what Ajaan mentioned, Kanika Samadhi, right? Very, very short time, very brief.
Yeah, very briefly. That's because that's how much your mindfulness is. That's strong. It's only strong enough to stop the mind temporarily. But you need to develop more. And it has to be continuous to be able to have longer duration of samadhi. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ajaan. Thank you.
All right. Geg Yen So.
Ajaan, good evening. Yeah, so far no question, can Ajaan. Nice to see you
Okay.
again.
Okay, we'll go to Julia from Colorado. Julia.
Greetings, Ajahn.
Can you speak a bit louder, please?
Greetings, Ajahn.
Yeah, good. Can hear you now.
So happy to be here with this Sangha and these excellent teachings. I'm just going to listen today.
Okay, how's your practice coming along?
It was pretty good, and then I keep getting busy now in worldly things. I was doing a little retreat, trying to be quiet, and I found a baby animal. So I had to pick it up and try to help it. And then I ended up, people were coming and talking to me how to help the animal. So, yeah.
Okay, you have to be careful because you can be easily distracted by things and people. If you're not careful, you will lose track of your path.
Oh,
Okay,
I will be more careful.
try to devote most of your time for meditation practice, mindfulness practice. Don't try to get involved with people or things. because these are all distraction to your practice. Okay.
I'll try. When I have to go places, I ride with other people in the car. So often there's a lot of some papalapa.
Uh-huh. Can you
I'll
just
try.
sit still and close your eyes and meditate and listen to what, and let them do the talking, and you just meditate.
Okay, Ajahn. Okay. Okay. Anumodana.
Okay, good. Philip from Malaysia, you're next.
Good evening, Ajahn. Don't have any questions. Meditation has been good, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should look at meditation as your lifeline, your
Yes.
savior from
Yes.
suffering. Without your meditation, you can end up depressed or sad.
It's I would say it's a very good refuge to be in the moment, as I can say, in the moment, in the emptiness.
Yeah. Try to develop it to the point where you can be confident that anytime you have any stress or depression, you can always go to a quiet place to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I know what is I think I know what is my problem, which actually you have advised me. I think I need a more quieter place. I basically really quiet place, where when if I do find it, I can go for periods of time, which is actually almost no thinking, and almost like, as I said, loss of time and loss of space and things like that. But it's actually the noise, actually more to do the city noise, which is actually disturbing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Find a place, quiet place to do your practice.
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you. Trevor, how are you from Nova Scotia? How did you survive the storm?
Yes, it was very windy and waves were crashing and the water came up very high. But I only had a few twigs or branches falling on my house, my little trailer, and no serious damage. But yeah, my practices has been spotty to at best. And I echo the sentiments of the previous speaker, who I think it's just too busy around here. It's too noisy. I'm really looking forward to going home to my quiet apartment, and it seems I'll have more time and solitude and what's the word? Privacy, because here I don't have a minute to myself, and it's noisy. So I'm going home at the end of October. I have to start work again, unfortunately, but I think I'll have better chances of developing a sort of a regular practice when I go home. In the meantime, I'm going to keep struggling here, and to do my best and to meditate at least once a day, which is,
Yeah, maybe you have to set up a schedule. If you don't, you tend to forget.
the best time for me is right when I get up, but I'm going to have to get up earlier, because as soon as I get up, the activity starts around here, and I have to just don't have a minute to myself. So I think maybe getting up earlier. I've just come up with that solution talking to you. So maybe I'll try that.
Early in the morning is a good time to meditate when everything is quiet.
Yes. Yeah. Before all the crew starts arriving and making noise. I think I'll try that. I'll try that. And
Okay.
but other than that, I think I'll just listen today. And
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You have to set up a resolution, set up a schedule for your practice, then stick to it. Then you can then have some time to do the practice. If you don't, then generally some other thing will take all your time away.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Ajaan.
welcome. Okay, Alfredo from Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante.
Sadhu, sadhu.
That's okay.
Okay, everything okay?
Okay.
You happy? Not sad?
No. No, I'm not the life of practice, but it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Sad is a thing that for me is not happiness. Sad for me is not happiness. Not sensual pleasures.
No, I don't mean sensual pleasure. I mean happiness from meditation, from being calm and peaceful.
Yes. Yes. I practice in three Chisarana, but Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Okay. I'm not involved with the world, but I'm not very involved with the
Good.
samsara.
Yeah.
I'm a little fasted.
Yeah, good. Just
Not closed to the samsara.
good. Try to get away from it as far as you can.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
I'll go to Indonesia, to Billy.
Good evening, Tanajan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you, Tanajan.
Can you give me an update on your brother? Where is he now?
I don't know, Tanajan, because I didn't have any contact with him since last February. And the last update on that month, he told me that he has memorized the Patimokkha. So he has been the, what do you call it? I think Bhikkhu Patimokkha or something. I mean, he has led the Patimokkha in one of the Uposatha in January.
Good. I
That
presume
was.
he still stay in the same monastery where he was ordained.
I really don't know, because since then I don't have any news about him. So I assume that he is still there.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome, Tanajan.
Okay. Go to Naomi, our old-time participant.
Good evening, Ajaan. It's good to be here. I don't have any questions. I just wanted to just let you know that I was just at Ajaan Dick's Monastery in the US in Virginia for just under 2 weeks. And it was a very good experience, and his teachings are almost the same as yours. It was a very good place to practice. So I was happy about that. I just wanted to let you know.
Good. Are there many accommodation for people, for lay people to stay?
Yeah, they have a number of cabins for men, and then for women, there's a small house with 2 bedrooms, and then they have 1 cabin for lay women. So for women, they have just a few spaces, and for men, they have more spaces. But they do have enough, I think. Mhm.
And what's the daily routine there? Can you tell us?
Yeah. So it's fairly light. There isn't that much, but at 6:30 in the morning, the lay people prepare the meal and do the meal offering and have lunch, and then everything is finished by around 9 a.m. And then you have the day to practice until there's a gathering at 8 p.m. They have allowable items at 8 p.m. and then they do some chanting and meditation until around 9:30 or 10 p.m.
I see. Then you're left on your own to do your own meditation.
Yeah. Most of the day I had to do my own practice, and Ajaan Dik was encouraging me to do formal practice.
Mm. Where does the monastery get the food? From people sending into the monastery, or they have to go buy?
I think it's both. So sometimes people will drop off food, and sometimes the lay residents will go and buy food.
I see. Okay. Is there any limit of time you can stay there?
For the first time you go, this was my first time going, and for the first time they limit it to 2 weeks.
Mm.
And then after that, if it goes well, you can stay longer. So I don't know yet if I'm allowed to stay longer or not. But,
Usually, if there's no issue, I think you probably if there's room and no issue with anybody, I think you probably be allowed to stay. That's how we do it here also for the men. We let them stay for the first 2 weeks, first 2 weeks, and then if they find it profitable, they want to extend, they can extend for another 2 weeks, as long as there are no problem or not enough accommodation. Okay, good. How's your sister?
mm-hmm. Yep, she's well, she's happy, she's good. Yeah.
Okay. She still practice, I presume?
Yeah, she's still practicing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's with her family, but she's practicing also, I think.
Okay. Good to see you. Good to hear about her. Keep up the practice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Dubai, I think. Aparajita.
Yes, good evening, Ajahn. Yes, I just wanted to just be here just before I go for my class, but just for a short while.
Okay, good to see you.
Yes.
Enjoy your presence here.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go to Singapore now, to Gary.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions from me today. Just happy to be listening. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Melinda, also in Singapore.
Ajahn, good to be here. Ajahn, like if when you have emotions like persistent sadness, I wouldn't want to say it's depression. It's like a persistent emotion, sadness. Now, every time when I meditate, I have this secret agenda that I want to get rid of it. Although I know sometimes I just watch it, see it as it is. The more there's an intention wanting to be happy, it seems to persist. And then I fall into craving to cope with it, and that little habit to. So I it sort of got trapped into that cycle, Ajahn. Just I wonder if you could help me with this.
Yes, it's because you don't have enough mindfulness. That's all. So you have to keep being mindful. If you have mindfulness, then your mindfulness will control your emotion, will minimize or even stop them from time to time if you have strong mindfulness. So try to practice mindfulness a lot, all day long, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. If you can do that, then your emotion can hardly arise. It's only when you're not mindful, then your mind starts thinking and then start creating emotion. So keep practicing mindfulness, reciting Bhutto, or focus on what you do every moment of your waking hour. Watch your body. What is my body doing now? Eating, concentrating on eating only. Don't think about other things. Walking, just concentrate on walking. Don't think about other things. Try to do this all day long. Then you'll find that there will be no room for your emotion to arise. Okay.
So Ajahn, if the mind is still habitually weak, you can probably best to go out to find a place to meditate on.
No, you can do it right while you are. Mindfulness is, you can do it all day long. As soon as you open up your eyes, start watching your body or reciting the mantra. Don't let your mind go think about all sorts of things when you don't really have to. You can do this. Mindfulness can be practiced anywhere. But whether it's easy or hard, it depends on the place. If you're alone, it's easier to do mindfulness. And when you are with somebody or when you have to do work, and that's difficult, that's more hard to keep being mindful and not thinking. Okay.
Okay, Ajahn.
All right.
Thank you.
Go to Daniel. Daniel, where are you from? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ajahn. I'm from USA.
Okay.
I want to ask about mindfulness. A few weeks ago, you were telling me, I actually asked a very similar question to the one that was just asked. And you were saying I need to have stronger mindfulness. And I have been focusing on this, but I'm not always sure. I feel like most of the time my focus is on mindfulness of the body. And I'm afraid that, I know there are 3 other foundations, but I'm afraid that if I take my focus off of doing just the first one, that there are too many things to focus on and I will get distracted. Should I make mindfulness of the body strong before I try to sort of broaden that mindfulness of other things?
Yes, first of all, you have to be mindful. You have to develop mindfulness, the ability to focus, to still the mind, to stop the mind from thinking. And usually you use the body, or you use a mantra to achieve this. The other objects of mindfulness, they're not really objects of mindfulness. They are objects of investigation. You have to study the nature of your body, of your feelings, and of your mental states. That there are no self in them. They are just process. And they are not under your control. So you have to learn to let go of them, not be attached to them.
Thank you, Ajahn. I also have noticed that if I have to speak, it's very difficult. If I have strong mindfulness and I want to say something or even think about something, it's almost like I have to try very, very hard to form a thought or to create a thought from the space of mindfulness. And everything is much slower. It seems like I can have mindfulness and then I can think a thought, and then afterwards I can remember the thought, but I can't have mindfulness through the whole experience.
No, if you practice mindfulness, you should be able to watch your thought also. When you think, then you focus on your thinking. You shift from your body to thinking. If you have to say something, so you watch your thought first. What am I going to say? Should I say this or should I say it? If you have mindfulness, you will be able to see every movement of your thoughts also.
Okay. I'm trying very hard to be mindful, especially with speaking, but it can be very difficult to like to think of what to say when I'm mindful.
I'm not sure if you're doing this correctly or not, because
Neither am I.
Yeah, because if you're mindful, then you should be able to more efficiently control or direct your thoughts to think or say anything you want to say.
Okay. I'll keep trying.
Okay, good. Right now, you want to stop thinking. That's the goal of developing mindfulness, is to stop thinking, so that when you meditate, your mind can become still and peaceful and happy. But after you come out, but later on, once you can master your meditation, then you can use your mindfulness to direct your thoughts to think in a particular way that will cause no harm to yourself, no stress to yourself.
Because I am a layperson and have obligations, sometimes I have to think.
Oh yes, you do. When you have to think, you think. I'm saying when you don't have to think, that's when you should stop thinking.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll go to Ra. Are you Ra? R-A? Where are you from?
Hello, Ajahn. Yes. I'm from Sabah, Borneo.
Borneo, Sabah. Which part of is?
Yeah.
This is not part of Indonesia. Borneo.
It's Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no question. I just want to see what and listen and learn.
Okay. You're welcome to join and listen to our conversation.
Thank
If
you.
later on, if you have something to ask, you're also welcome to do so.
I will.
Okay. I'll go to Toronto again, to PL and Indira. PL, Indira, can you hear me? PL, Indira.
Good morning from Toronto, Ajahn.
Good morning.
Good evening, Pierre.
How are you doing?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. I just want to sort of add on to something. Ajahn, I mean, we do practice meditation not all the time, whenever we can. But then, as the previous person spoke and said, when you're a lay person, you have so many other things to attend to, So sometimes, I mean, the practice makes it much easier to sort of make decisions because you're doing things mindfully. But then sometimes there are times you have to sort of, it's kind of two roles, so you have to learn to sort of skillfully do the rest of it too. It's not easy. I mean, it's much easier, I think, if we have the time to do practice all the time. But, all parents, kids, so many other obligations, sometimes it's not easy. But I think the more you practice, it makes it easier to make the correct decisions and be more mindful during the lay life too. Is that right?
Yes. Mindfulness is good for lay people as well, for meditator.
Exactly. Yeah.
But for lay people, it's a dilemma to be successful in meditation and to continue in doing what you have to do in daily life. They are opposing each other.
Yes.
So you find it difficult to develop enough mindfulness to be able to succeed in your meditation.
Yes.
Because you really need to devote all your time and to be alone to develop mindfulness and meditate for you to be able to succeed in your meditation practice. I mean, like reaching jhana.
Yes.
So it's very difficult for lay people to achieve jhana. So maybe I'm just directing you too far for you to reach, and you may feel a little bit.
Yes, there are times we use more time and then we can see the fruits of what we are doing, but there are times that we have to juggle too. But
yeah. Sometimes like a peaceful state you can arrive at to meditation and you don't want to come out of it, but at the same time you have to come out of it because there's lots of schedules work to be done. So I mean, you want to be in it at the same time. I know it's like a temporary hiding place. I feel sometimes it's useless because once you come out, it's helpful.
Very helpful,
I think it's more peaceful to be there. But the home, like our spiritual home or whatever you want to call it, but it's kind of hard to be in that home base, and it is a beautiful place.
Yes, unfortunately, you cannot be at two places at the same time.
Absolutely, yes. But then again, what I feel is practicing more and coming into those stillness and the happiness, and then also that equanimity you learn through it. It helps so much during lay life, like day-to-day other things too, looking after people, doing everything.
Yeah, at the beginning I think it sounds like a lot of work for a lay person. I mean, it takes a while to get it to some tune-up done. Once the mind is tuned in, I think it becomes less time consuming, quick, and get into these peaceful states faster than before. I guess I think basically meditation is like two parts, like simply said, like stilling and investigating, as you said. So still, I think the most important part at the beginning is stilling. I mean, if you try to investigate before stilling, mind get kind of muddled up. That's what happened to me at the beginning. Now I think I switched my kind of way of training, so that helps more.
Yes, you need to still your mind first to calm it down before you can investigate things clearly, see things clearly as they are.
Yes, Ajaan, thank you so much for all your teachings. It has helped us so much.
More than you think.
More than you can ever imagine. So thank you so much.
You have to thank the Buddha. This is where all came from. It's all from the Buddha.
Absolutely.
Copyright. Without him, we won't be here talking about. This is Dhamma.
We are very thankful
the Buddha's
to you
Dhamma. The
But
Buddha's
there must be a
dispensation.
messenger too. Dhamma is there, I realize, but it's clearly speaking out in real day practice. I think that's important.
Yes.
I think sometimes it's hard for somebody to put it simply in a way that you can apply it. That's important. The messenger. The message is there, but the messenger is also important.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Teruan Saranai.
Okay, go to Intan from Indonesia.
Good evening, Long Po. I have question, Long Po. I I learned Dharma since I'm primary school, but after I learned from Long Po, I realized have many different. Some is opposite and some is a new one. So my question to Long Po is, number one, when somebody have ability to know the truth of the Dharma, the second is, when we don't know the truth of the Dharma, so more better for us to select teacher and just learn from the Arahant teacher. Number three, Long Po said, Sangha is mean enlightened monk. So in Indonesia that we have a Sangha.
Yes, you have. There are two types of Sangha, ordinary Sangha and enlightened Sangha. Yeah. But we cannot differentiate which is which. That's the problem. Because they all look alike. They all look the same. You know, all the Sanghas, they have their body they have human body, but the enlightened mind and the unenlightened mind is something we cannot see with our eyes. We have to learn from them, listen to their talk, and compare the teaching to the teaching of the Buddha also, before we can know whether they are teaching properly according to the Buddha's teaching or not. So I think first of all you should concentrate on studying the teaching of the Buddha. Just the important one, the one that deal with the practice of dana, sila, and bhavana. And then once you know how the Buddha teach this thing, and so when you go study with other teachers, you see what are they teaching. Because sometimes some of them just might focus on one particular type of teaching, mostly on dana. With lay people, they will tend to say, "Oh, do dana, do dana, do dana," but they might not talk about sila or bhavana as much. So you might. It depends on what you want. If you just want to learn to dana, then it's okay. But if you want to learn sila and bhavana, then you might have to go look for some other monks.
Okay. But Long Po, how I can know what is the real Dharma from the Buddha? Like example, when I learn Dana, I don't know the priority is our parents. I just know from the Long Po. But in Indonesia, we know when we talk about Dana, our priority is for Sangha and for the Buddha Sasana.
That's true. But you also have to, your first priority should be your parents first. If they need your help, you should look after them first, before you go look after monks. Because you have to consider them, you should be grateful to them, and you should repay their kindness by being kind to them, by helping them, looking after them, make sure that they're okay. Once they are okay, then you can then go support the Sangha. And when the Sangha is well supported, then you can go support other people as well. You can support poor people, sick people, old people who need your support. These are the order of priorities.
Okay.
First, look after your parents. Then look after the Sangha. And after that, you can look after other people who need your help.
Okay. Thank you, Long Po.
Okay. I'll go to Vancouver, the Sri in Czech.
Hello, Tanjan.
Hello, yes. How are you?
Um,
Doing well, thank you.
doing well.
Ajahn.
But I heard an analogy just now, Ajahn.
Again,
The-
what analogy?
If you want to be a lifeguard, you have to learn how to swim. If you want to help other people, you have to help yourself first. If you want to be a lifeguard, you have to learn how to swim first. If not, you won't be able to save other people.
That's right. So before you can help other people, you have to help yourself first. You have to look after yourself. And this is not considered being selfish or anything. Like how many years you spend going to school before you get a degree? 16 years, right? Before you can, and all this time you don't consider yourself being selfish, right? Going to school and not doing anything, not helping your father, your mother, making money or anything like that. Because you don't have the ability to make money yet. So you have to go to school to learn, and then when you have a degree, then you can go work and get money. Then you can then give money to your parents. But before that, you just take money from them. You don't, and we don't call this being selfish, do we? It's the same. But sometimes people feel when they become monks, they think they're becoming selfish, because they don't look after other people. That's because they are not able to do so yet. So they have to become monks and study and practice until they finish the studies and practice. Then they can then help other people with what they have discovered from their practice. I think this is usually the trap set up by the defilement. The defilement don't want you to go become a monk, because every time you become a monk or a nun, they say, "Oh, you're being selfish."
Yeah. When you use the analogy, it makes it so much clearer and makes a lot of sense. Because if you go swim and rescue people, if you don't know how to swim, that makes no sense at all. Like you're just killing yourself and other people. But I guess it's when you use an analogy, it makes a lot of sense. But I don't know why, it's very common that saying, if you become a monk or a nun, you're being selfish. Yeah, but as you said, it's a defilement, right, Ajahn? Preventing us to go
Yes, defilement doesn't want us to to become enlightened, because if we become enlightened, then all the defilement will be dead. So they will try to, in every way, to protect their existence by setting up all sort of roadblocks on your path to enlightenment.
And it's very smart. The defilement is also smart sometimes.
Oh, they're smarter than you. That's why you're still where you are.
I mean, outsmarted by the defilement.
You haven't outsmarted them yet.
Yeah, right.
If you have outsmarted them, you probably be a nun by now.
Yeah. You're so right. That's the proof right there. Good one.
So look at the Buddha as an example. Look at the noble disciple as an example. They're like us. They have family. They have obligation. But how come do they manage to cut off their obligation, go live alone and practice?
Yeah.
And what have they done after they finish with the study and practice? What did they do for the rest of the world, people? So you should imitate the Buddha and the noble disciples. If you want to become enlightened like them, you have to study their life story, their biography, and see how do they manage to leave home, become a homeless, and do practice. Like there was a story about, I think, a man. He's an only son of a rich couple, and he wants to become a monk, but his parents won't allow him to. So what he decided to fast and say, "I'm not going to eat until I could become a monk."
Mm.
And at first, the parents thought, "Oh, he was just kidding," so he let him fast for a few days. But he kept on fasting until the parents started to worry, and so went to ask the man's friend to come and try to convince him to stop fasting, but he would not relent. He kept fasting until eventually his parents have to give up and let him become a monk.
Yeah.
So if you're determined enough, nothing can stop you. The problem is you're not determined enough yet.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
You want to take things casually, easily.
Not seriously.
Never happen. Never happen. It will
Mm.
never happen. If you expect the path of enlightenment is casual and easy, then you can forget it.
But Ajahn, like the story you described just now, like he listened to the Buddha and then he decided to become a monk, right? Like how what makes him have such a strong determination just after having listened to the Dhamma? Is it because of like his mindfulness from the past practice?
I
Like he already
think
had mindfulness.
because he's wise, he's intelligent. He understood the teaching of the Buddha and the benefit he could get from his teaching. See, that's what the Buddha said. His teaching is only for the wise only. For the stupid, they will never appreciate or understand his teaching.
Mm.
There's one of the qualities that the Dhamma teaching.
Mhm.
When you hear, veritable when you hear, or something like that in Pali. Mm.
Oh, for the voice,
Yeah, ask Piyao. I think Piyao knows it, the Dhamma
maybe
quality.
yeah, probably knows. He knows all the
Can
Pali.
you repeat that, Piyao? The Dhamma quality, Dhamma Tavakato, Bhagavata, Dhammo, Sanditiko, Akaliko, Upanayiko, Pachatang, Veditabo when you hear. Yeah, Veditabo when you hear means appropriate only for the wise, suitable for the wise, not for the stupid. Am I right, Piyao? Okay. You should go read the translation on the Dhamma quality in the chant Dhamma Tavakato Bhagavata Dhammo. The Dhamma of the Buddha is being well taught. Akaliko, timeless, Opanayiko, you should draw it inside yourself. And I think Pachatang, meditable when you hear, appropriate only for the wise. Suitable for the wise only.
Not for the stupid.
So you're stupid or are you wise?
Stupid. I guess a little bit smart enough to appreciate your Dhamma, but stupid enough to not
Not do the practice yet. Not do-
Yeah, not determined and very stupid to not follow, not follow it with determination,
Yeah.
with strong determination.
So you have some stupidity and some wisdom.
I think more,
Mixed.
I'll say
A mixture of both.
10% smart
Wisdom.
and 90% stupid. 90% very stupid. Because it's already right there, but I still can't go for it. It's right there. You give us the teaching like week after week, and it's right there.
It's just like winning the jackpot lottery and you're too
Yeah,
lazy
yeah.
to go cash the money.
Yeah, I didn't go and cash it. Exactly.
You're too busy doing your work, so you don't have time to go cash your lottery
Yeah.
ticket.
Well, exactly. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. Keep looking at the ticket, but didn't go and cash it. So maybe just 1% smart and 99% stupid then. I overestimate myself. I think just 1%.
The Buddha's teaching is a triple gem. See, it's a gem. It's a priceless gem. But we don't see it like that. See, if we see it like that, we'll go after it already.
Yeah.
Full time.
Mm. Yeah, really outsmart by the defilement, Ajahn. Yeah. If I've seen it, yeah, I would have done it. Yeah, well, gone right away. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Since today is a Jack's birthday and Tan Ajahn, I reflect on like the birth. Like we have mindfulness when we have body. Like if we are in a spiritual world, like it's very hard for us to develop mindfulness. Is that
No, not at all. Mindfulness is not on the body. You just use the body as object of mindfulness. If you don't have body, you can use other things. If you don't have the body, you're mindful of your thoughts. You keep watching your thought and stop it from thinking. So simple.
even in the spiritual world?
Well, in spiritual world, you have the Dhamma Khandha. You have Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana.
But that also can develop mindfulness, like
You can, but it's not easy to do so.
So when we have body, meanings like we mindful on our body. That's one way to.
Yes, once you have developed a certain amount of mindfulness, then it will go with you when you don't have a body. Then your mindfulness, they will keep watching your thought, your defilement. Depend on the degree of mindfulness that you have developed. Because the goal of mindfulness is to stop your mind from thinking. So if you watch your mind and your mind still think, then you have to stop it. That's all. But since the mind is so subtle and your thought is so hard to take a grip of, so we use some other technique to stop it from thinking. You cannot control it directly yet because your mindfulness is not strong enough to be able to detect it all the time. So we need something else to use to stop it from thinking. So use your focus on a mantra. Mantra is also a thought. So when you die, you can keep on reciting Bhutto, Bhutto.
Yes.
Why not? You don't
that's
need the
what I was-
body.
Yeah. Provided we train.
Yeah. If you don't train it, then you don't do it when you die.
Yeah.
How could you not? How can you do it when you die when you're not doing when you're alive?
Yes. That's the problem. So then at that time we just follow whatever the defilement for, like guide us, or And
usually at the time when you die, when there's nobody, you enter in the realm where you're on autopilot, and the pilot is your good or bad karma. So you could not actually control your mind, except your good or bad karma will take the control. It's only when you're born as a human, then you can then take manually control of your mind.
So that's why you us like if we keep Buddha, make it a habit.
Yes.
So you have a chance.
Bhutto is a good karma. See, it calms your mind, makes your mind peaceful and happy. It sends your mind to the Brahma world with Bhutto. Because if you can have Bhutto continuously, you can have jhana, and the jhana falls in the realms of the Brahma. So when you die, you go to the Brahma world. If you have Bhutto, if you have jhana. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. We go to Peppa. Is she still awake, Peppa? Peppa, mommy. Peppa, can you hear me?
นมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์ Peppa sleep already.
Leave already, okay.
Yeah, but she asked me to ask พระอาจารย์ she tried to do the meditation for 6 minutes, but then she has a bad dream, so she just want to know if there Luang Ta have any suggestion for her, or any teach for her about bad dream, yeah. And I will show it to her tomorrow.
Bad dream comes from her bad action, from her bad karma. So if she wants to have good dreams, she has to do good karma. Okay.
But she said she didn't think anything.
Now, when you sleep, your old karma can then take effect. See? When you sleep, you cannot control your mind. It's the good and bad karma will control your mind. And it will be the one that will give you good or bad dreams. So tell her not to worry about it when she goes to sleep. Just sleep, and whatever dream she gets, just tell her this is the result of her good or bad karma. If she had bad dreams, because in the past she did some bad karma before. If she had good dreams, it means she did some good karma before.
Yeah, okay. And she now can accept about losing her granddad, like my dad. Last time that she's after she talked to you, and then she cried a lot. And do you want to talk? Yeah, mommy. Come. She's just come back.
Hello. You woke up now? Okay.
Mommy had told Luang Ta that Peppa is better from last time that Luang Ta talked about Agong. Yeah. See? What do people think about Agong? Everyone have to die, right? It's normal. Do you want to show? Do you have anything to show?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you want to show me your writing again? How many pages have you written now? 5 pages. You feel good when you write it?
Yeah.
Makes you feel calm, makes you feel happy. Yeah, keep writing. Try to write every day if you can. Okay. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, mommy, I'm ready. Ajahn, could you please tell her again? Like you tell her
About good, about bad dreams. Bad dream because you before you must have done something bad in your past. So when you go to sleep, your bad something that you did bad come up in your dreams. So if you want to have good dream, try to do something good instead. Don't do bad thing. Do good thing. But you cannot control your dreams when you go to sleep. But you don't have to be afraid because dreams are just dreams. They're not real. Okay, they're like watching a movie. But you cannot control your dreams when you go to sleep. It's your good and bad action that control your dreams. Produce the dreams. Produce good dreams or bad dreams. Your good action in the past produce good dreams. Your bad action in the past produce bad dreams for you. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And you cannot prevent or stop them. So just let them come. And they cannot hurt you, so you don't have to be afraid of them, okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Do a good thing every day. Before you go to sleep, do some chanting. Then you have good dreams. Okay. Okay. Okay, is that all for you tonight?
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay. I'll go to somebody else then, okay? Winona from Indonesia or from Singapore, I'm not sure. From Indonesia, Surabaya.
Yes.
Okay.
Ajahn, I want to ask about, according to Ajahn, what kind of variety that we must study for supporting the Patipati and Pativedha?
Just study the 4 foundation of mindfulness, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first sutta, and the Mangala Sutta. I think this 3 sutta is very important to support your practice. You know, Mangala Sutta, Satipatthana Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and 2 more Anattalakkana Sutta, and also the last one, Atita Pariyaya Sutta. These are the 5 important sutta for practice, meditation, and wisdom. Okay.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Ajahn, for the explanation.
Okay, you're welcome. Go to Penang. Christine Coe.
Good evening, Tanajan. I come to pay respect to Tanajan. I have no question. Thank you.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, go to Ja from Portland. Ja, Portland, Oregon.
Ajahn, namaskar ka. Hi, I have a question today, not really relating to practicing, but more about one of the precepts. So I have a conversation with a friend about direct killing, as in, like if you go fishing or hunting for deers and things like that, versus consuming meat, like buying meat from grocery store. So basically the conversation goes that if there's not enough demand for meat, then there should be less killing for meat. So that should be supported. And I just don't really know how to explain that to them in English of because I don't really know the word ba, bun, or like elate in English. So that's why I'm here today for the English version.
Well, you have to separate the two things. They're like apples and bananas, and they're not related in any way. Killing and eating something that's already dead is different. See, when you kill something that is alive, and that's bad karma. We call ba, bad karma. But eating dead meat is not considered to be bad karma.
But wouldn't if enough people are not consuming meat, then it will not lead to killing live animal. Wouldn't that be kind of an indirect cause and effect?
Well, we have to wait for that to happen first before we can really talk about it.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about theory,
Got it.
We just want to talk about the actuality, the real thing. And the real thing is, if you kill, then this is bad karma. But if there's a dead meat, a dead chicken, and you take that chicken and cook and eat, this is not bad karma. Okay.
Okay, so it's just two different conversation between good and bad karma versus supporting and not supporting.
And people just trying to draw them together and and then stop people from eating meat. That's all. But eating dead meat is not considered to be bad karma. What happened? You have chicken and they just happen to die. You can throw the chicken away or you can cook it, right? This doesn't mean you're encouraging the chicken to die, do you?
So how would I go about this conversation once I get to the part where basically it's like, okay, yes, if the chickens die by itself, like nobody kills it, we can eat it, that's fine. But what about people, other people order a bunch of chickens to be killed?
Well, you don't order.
Not like me order, but I'm just saying like in grocery store, they place an order to the farm.
That's their business. That's their business, not our business.
Okay, so it just basically this whole thing is too much, too many things to touch.
It's too wide the scope, just narrow it down to just yourself. Okay. And yourself is, as long as you don't order the meat for yourself to be killed for you, then it's okay. Either you kill it yourself or ask someone to kill it for you. This is not okay. But if you just happen to walk into the grocery store and there are dead meat there, you had nothing to do with those dead meat, right? Whether you eat it or not, you buy it or not, it's already dead, right? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But if they want to draw the conclusion that by buying that dead meat, you are encouraging them to go kill more, maybe yes, maybe no, who knows? But it's not, it has nothing to do with you anymore. Right?
Okay.
So if we try to draw a conclusion, then we cannot do anything because we are encouraging something to happen. If you drive, you're encouraging people to get into accident, kill on road accident.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so like there's so many things to try to bring together into reasoning, but it may or may not be the actual cause and effects.
That's right. Maybe there might be, there might not be, but it has nothing to do with us as far as karma is concerned. Karma only happen to us when we do something intentionally, right? Like killing somebody intentionally, then this is bad karma. But if we drive and someone get involved in an accident, somebody got killed, this is not considered to be bad karma. It's accidental.
Got it. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay, you're welcome. Sulan, you're next. Sorry, first. Piralia first. Piralia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I have no question.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'll go to Sulan then from Singapore. Sulan? Can you hear me, Sulan?
Hello, Ajahn, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Happy to see you tonight. How are you?
Oh, good, thank you.
Oh, okay, good. Then, yeah, related to the question on karma, then kind of curious, is there any difference in like bad karma done by children versus like done by adults?
No, doesn't matter your age. It depends on the action itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So even if let's say like for a child, maybe they are immature, then maybe they have done bad karma, they will also like experience the same bad karma as the adult as well.
It doesn't matter whether you're mature or immature. What matters is your action and your intention.
Okay.
You have to have the intention and you have to do the action and cause the damage. And it's the same regardless of who you are, whether you're young or old, male or female, it doesn't matter.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn, for sharing.
Okay. Are you at home right now? Or?
Oh, yes, I'm at home. Yeah. So using my computer, so it's clearer also.
You just look, the background just look different, that's all. So just wonder.
Using the reading room instead.
Okay. Okay. Good to see you.
Yeah. Good to
Stay
see.
happy. Stay happy.
Oh, stay happy. I hope so.
Okay. Go to Alexa now. From Holland, Alexa.
Sadhu teacher. Hello?
Yes, can hear you well. Go ahead.
Sadhu teacher. I'm a follower your teachings very as close as I can. And I tried to sleep yesterday in the bush, and was too cold, and the dog escaped away. He said, "I don't stay." You. So then I was alone. That was nice, because then I was in the bush without a dog. You know, his expression is same as you. When expression for one is lost, and then I could couple with the situation, but I could not concentrate for long term anymore. So I come back. The dog was at home. It's far away from my house, but he did it. But at the same time, in Anguttara Nikaya, the book of the trees, Tika Nipata, then three things that you may not forget. The place you was monk, you became a monk. A monk should not forget. I'm not monk anymore, but place you became a monk, the place you enter the stream or get the right vision, and the place you became arahant. That's one thing, and also the three companions that you could follow. The one that you may be only for respect, but he's talking not the Buddha Dhamma, but for respect, for compassion, you listen to him. The one who is leveled with you, and the one who is higher level Dhamma with you. And this I think refers to the one who elect our teacher, if the teacher accepts us, of course. So I understand when my asavas is very busy that my teacher will squeeze it out of me, you know. So I don't mean to bother my teacher, but it happened that whenever you met me, I will show you I cannot fake. I am what I am. So I'm busy with all these movements that I did from the last year till now. Things are settled now, so I decide to first strong my samadhi at home, because there I have at home, when my home was very peaceful. There I had the uninvited how say uninvited meeting with separation, body separation. So and after this, then I can understand when people when Buddha says keep your samadhi and two things, and see the world as empty, and then I can follow understanding the contact and the second stage before to recognize it and stay maximum there, just because if you are in samadhi in a level that you can just not merely notice it but don't start thinking about things. That's the most important thing for me to do now. I try to enter jhana, but I push too much. Then you know what happened. And then, but okay, I was very near, but I don't think it's necessary to share this experience. Just to see if that's the correct procedure, what I just told you.
You push at the wrong thing. You cannot push your mind to jhana. You have to push your mindfulness.
For?
Yeah. You have to push your mindfulness, not push your mind.
Yeah.
You cannot push your mind to jhana, but your mind will go into jhana if you push your mindfulness.
I try to.
If you keep continuous mindfulness, it's like pushing mindfulness. You cannot force your mind to jhana by wanting to get into jhana. You cannot do that.
Yeah, the English is very difficult idiom for me, so please take it on account, teacher. What I mean is to repeat the procedure that I had before, but because it was already long ago, so I forgot that I listen a lot of Dhamma. To listen to Dhamma, I'm studying again the listener to the Nikayas. And it's like a lullaby for me. It calm my mind very much. And then I sit in meditation, or I read can subside pain again, and slope and torpor also. So it's a gradual. It's coming back, but I did that at home. And when I try to put a new horse in the field, like to go to the bush now, it is one more new thing that I have to worry and this and that. So I decide to do exactly like I did before, to calm down and be peaceful at home. And when I said to push, it was I'm meditating and too much, too long, until my body was completely anesthesia, but the samadhi was not there. So when I realized, I don't know where I was. When I come back, my body was completely sleeping, but the brain was active. The too much was too busy. Then I understand what to say, and therefore I said I strive to strong in meditation.
Yeah, striving without mindfulness is useless, because no matter how hard you strive, without mindfulness you won't get any result. That's what I mean. You have to pay attention to your mindfulness. Strive with mindfulness.
Yeah. Okay. So and also I have almost no contact anymore. So because when I'm busy, I'm kind of mind who can be very easy busy. So I must follow this this, and I am happy. I'm feel happy, and
Keep doing mindfulness. Stop thinking. Focus on your body, mantra. Just doing this, then you can get into jhana easily.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'll go to B. Ravin from Bangkok now. B.
Hi, good evening, Prajat.
Can you speak louder?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, Prajat, I was just reflecting on your conversations with the other participants, and you just redefined the word smart and stupid for me now. Because I realized that once you mentioned about how the Buddha's teaching is there for the taking when we don't take it, that was like a revelation for me. I realized that we spend our time doing other things that are less useful than what really is, you know, the true gem, the triple gem that you mentioned. So I was just reflecting upon that.
Yes, everything that you do in the world is useless. It's worthless, really. It doesn't worth anything as far as your mind is concerned. It doesn't make your mind happier, less stressed, relieve your mind from suffering. They don't do that for your mind at all. So looking from the perspective of the mind is useless. It's only useful from the perspective of the defilement. Defilement like to make money, like to spend money, like to be rich, be famous, be respected, and so forth. These are useful to the defilement, but they're not useful to the mind. They don't help relieve or get rid of the mental suffering of the mind at all. And they in fact increase more suffering, increase more stress and depression for the mind. But we don't see that. See, we thought, oh, having more money is good, getting higher position is good. Be able to spend your money on traveling, buying new cars, buying new condos. These are good. Well, what does it do to your mind? Nothing. It just produces more craving for your mind, more craving, more hunger, no contentment arising from these things. No peace, no contentment, just restlessness and agitation and hunger and craving.
Like fueling the fire for more desire.
Yeah. Have you reached the point where you say, I have enough yet? You will never.
I think in some aspects I could say yes, but not all.
Okay.
Some aspects. There are some things that I can.
Some just for some time only, and eventually you probably want more again.
Yes, it can happen. Yes, I admit, and I find it hard to resist it unless I meditate, in which it helps to kind of like calm my mind, calm my desires, at least temporarily. So I was just reflecting what you said, that meditation is really good for the mind, because not only it suppresses our desires, but it actually can bring about wisdom. So that's something I try to do regularly to at least keep my mind in check.
Yeah, we don't see how important our mind is to us, because we are being influenced by our defilement to see that our body is more important, and what we can get with our body is more important than what we can get for our mind. But our body is temporarily. Once the body dies, everything that you accumulated for the body will become useless to the mind. The mind could not take anything with it at all.
Yes. I was just reflecting, like, if say I lost one of my senses, if say I became deaf, I became blind, would I have enough mindfulness to be content? And I realized, oh, actually maybe not. So I need to see the body as being impermanent. Anything can happen to it any day.
Yes.
Whatever we have now, we can't take for granted.
Try to practice, because whatever you accumulate from your practice, the mind can take it with you. You can take it with the mind, or the mind can take it with it. You can take mindfulness with you. You can take wisdom with you. You can take jhana with you, but you cannot take your Rolls Royce with you or your condominiums with you. So what do you want?
Some people, they even burn a live model. They believe it will go up.
Yeah, just paper model.
Yes.
You cannot take anything physical with you. You can only take things that is mental with you. Mental qualities like charity, like morality, and contentment, peace, and calm, and wisdom. These are the things you can take it with you. And this will keep the mind peaceful and happy. But if you don't have any of this quality, you keep hungering for this and that thing. When the body dies, the mind will be consumed with hunger. Because this is what you've been giving it every day of your life, giving it more hunger, more craving, more desire.
Indeed. That's
so
why
you end up being a hungry spirit when you die. Craving spirit.
Is that the three poisons, Prajan? Greed, ignorance, and anger. Is that the three poisons that our mind can be engulfed with?
Yeah, you can take this poison with you also. Greed, hate, delusion, and fear.
Oh, fear too. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when you have mindfulness and wisdom, you can get rid of this four poison. You don't have to take it with you.
I see. So that's why it's important for us to see the body as impermanent. That's the first step that you reiterate.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I'll try to reflect upon that and on the delusion. I actually like what you just said, that if it's so smart, why are we still here? We're all still here. But you're liberated, so you outfoxed all the defilements.
Okay.
Yep. I will work on.
Just keep practicing the triple steps: dana, charity, morality, and meditation. This is the path to freedom. This is the path to true happiness, everlasting happiness. Okay. Yes. The path of the body, the path of the worldly things are not the path to freedom. They are the path to subjugation, the path to imprisonment in the realms of in the realm of samsara. Continuous rebirth, birth, aging, sickness, and death. Birth, sickness, aging, and death.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhupada, for your teaching.
I go to Professor Ken now. Professor, you intentionally came in late, or what happened? Or you been here all the time and not just didn't show your face?
Yes, Ajaan, I've been here the whole time, and someone asked me to switch the video on. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I've been around.
I see. Do you have any question?
No questions at the moment, Ajaan. I'm okay.
You have any update on yourself?
Yeah, I've just been a little bit sick for the past few weeks, but it's better now. So I had a good chance to test the reaction to illness.
Yeah, how do you react to it? Calmly or agitatedly?
Quite calm, actually. At the beginning, the desire was trying to take over, the desire not to be sick. But I managed to stop that and enjoy
Yeah, you know the cause of your stress already is from your desire, right?
Yeah, the desire to get rid of it, be well again. So that kept on trying to come in and take over, but I managed to remain quite okay.
Just try to accept things as they are, good or bad.
Yeah.
You have no choice when they come. It's not an a la carte menu, it's like a buffet.
Yeah. So it was in this class we talk a lot about aging, sickness, and so on. The theory, but the practice when you put to the test is quite interesting and useful.
Yeah. First, you have to learn the theory so you know how to do it when you get to the test, to the reality.
Yeah.
Looks like you've lost some weight. Have you lost some weight?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't eating too much at the beginning, so loss of appetite, but it's okay now, much better.
And you are now still on your sabbatical.
Yeah, the new semester started yesterday, but I'm free of teaching and meetings, so I have a lot of spare time at the moment.
But you still live near the university where you...
Yeah, very close, just 5-minute walk.
You have time to go up to the monastery up on the mountain?
Yeah, I'm planning to, once I've fully recovered, I want to go up there and spend some week or two practicing up there. Yeah, maybe in October. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can practice in your home also, in your house also.
Yeah, it's very quiet here. It's very, very quiet.
Okay, just stick to your practice. Nothing is as good or better than your practice. What you can get from your practice worth more than anything else on this world, on this earth.
Yeah. Okay, then Ajaan.
Okay, take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Facebook now or YouTube if there's any question.
Namaskaran. We have 8 questions this evening so far. The first question is from the assistant Gmail, and it's from Yamuna from Australia. Can Ajaan please explain the permanent mind, what the permanent mind is, and how do we discover the permanent mind?
The permanent mind is the knowing element. Yeah. The one who knows, the one who thinks, the one who feels. This is the permanent mind. It doesn't die when the body dies. The permanent mind is just detached, disconnected from the body, and it exists in the spiritual realm until it reconnects with a new body. And that's where rebirth takes place. This is the permanent mind. Never die. It just keeps changing bodies. Like we keep changing clothes. Yeah.
The next question is from the Prasad Live YouTube. It came in Thai, so we translated it into English. It's from Jong Hwar. Namaskar to Ajaan. I live alone by myself. I don't have any children or close relations. I have been keeping and holding on to the bones of my deceased parents so I can pay respect to them. I am now getting older. Can Ajaan please give me advice on how I should handle my parents' bones?
Or you can just bury it somewhere, toss it in the river or in the ocean somewhere. You know, you don't need their bones to show your respect. You can pay respect to them by just thinking of them. You don't have to keep their bones. Their bones are just like material things. You know.
The next question is from Pauline Soon, Can Ajahn please explain the process of human death and rebirth?
Well, death is, the human death is the death of the body. See? The body that we all have here exists temporarily in this world for a few years, and then when it stops breathing, that's when death happens. And when the body dies, the mind disconnect from the body, and then the mind then go and look for a new body. When a new body is being formed in the womb, then the mind reconnect with that body and wait for it to come out of the womb after 9 months, and that's when we have rebirth.
The next question is from Aun. Aun has 3 questions, and the first question is, Hi Ajahn, I'm Boon An from Penang, Malaysia. My friend who is a senior citizen is an intellectual and expert in all Theravada Dhamma text knowledge. Told me that when his wife fell sick and was admitted in the hospital, his mind cannot be calm, and he felt very worried even though he got a lot of Dhamma knowledge and can give Dhamma talk to all devotees. Can Ajahn please explain what is the cause of his worries, even though he got a lot of knowledge in the Dhamma textbook and he also gives a Dhamma talk?
Because he doesn't apply the Dhamma teaching that he has studied to apply it to his mind. See? The Dhamma teaching is like a medicine, like the medicine you take when you get sick. The medicine, if it's still outside of your body, it cannot do the work of curing your illness. You have to take the medicine into your body before the medicine can then take effect and cure your illness. It's the same way. The Dhamma teaching is like the mental medicine that will cure the sickness of the mind, like depression or worry or anxiety. But you have to take the Dhamma teaching into the mind, apply the teaching of the Dhamma into the mind. And the way to do it is to practice the teaching like dana, sila, and bhavana. Once you start doing these practices, then you are taking the Dhamma medicine into your mind. Then the Dhamma, the medicine, will then be able to look after your mind when the mind gets sick.
The next question from Aun is, how do we prove to our deep insight mind between avijja and vijja?
How do we prove?
Yes, the question came in as how to prove in our deep insight mind from avijja to vijja.
If you still see your body as yourself, this is avijja. If you see the body is not yourself, then it's vijja.
And the next question from Aun also is, how to really prove for our deep insight mind that the 5 aggregate is anicca, dukkha, and anatta?
By letting your body get sick and die without being worried about it or being fearful of it.
The next 2 questions are from Tanik. Hi Ajahn, I was told that reciting Putto is not in the suttas. Should I still do it?
It's up to you. It's in the sutta, but people just didn't find it, that's all. It's one of the 40 kammathanas, which we call the recollection of the Buddha's quality, Buddhanusati, thinking of the Buddha. By thinking about his name, this is Buddhanusati already. Yeah.
The next question, yes, the next question from Tanik is, how can one get into one-pointedness and jhana?
By reciting Bhutto only and not think about anything.
The next question, and it's the last question, is from Lisan Tan. Namaskar, dear Ajahn. Could you please advise, as a good grandchild, is there any obligation that we should treat our grandparents as we treat our parents? If yes, to which extent, Ajahn? Thank you.
The same way you would treat your parents, because your grandparents are your parents' parents. So it's the same thing like looking after your parents. If you treat your parents in a way, then you should treat your grandparents the same way that you would treat your parents, because they are equal. Parents and grandparents, they are equal. They are the same.
Ajahn, we just got another question and it came in from Nilmini. Venerable Ajahn, can you please explain more about five khandha?
Well, five khandhas are the composition or the formation of the thing that make up our existence, our body and mind. See? The rupa khandha is the body, and the four nama khandha is the part belongs to the mind. Vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana. Vedana means feeling. Sanya means memory or perception. Sankhara means thinking or thoughts. And vijnana means the connector that connect the body to the mind. So these are the five khandhas.
That is all, Ka.
Okay. We have a few minutes left, few more minutes left. If anybody still would like to ask some more questions, you're welcome. Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, Tanajan. I would like to ask a follow-up question about being selfish. I mean, being not selfish when we practice. Being monastics, like most of lay people will expect that we have to teach the lay people in terms of Dhamma or meditation. But since like for myself, I don't think I'm in the position of that yet. So I try to avoid all those tasks to give a talks or teach people in meditation, so that I can practice more unless I really can't avoid that. So is that right, Tanajan?
That's right. You have to graduate from the university first before you can go become a teacher yourself.
Okay, so I mean, although it's like, because usually some monastics might think that since we live from their dana, so we have to give back to them. So like it's like by practicing, we actually do nothing for them, Tanajan. So
You stay in the wrong monastery. Right? You stay in the wrong monastery. If you stay with Long Time Mahabodhi, you say teach yourself first before you teach other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I have a lot of conflicts with that. I know what it is supposed to do, but yeah, like you said, I'm in the wrong environment, so I have to like be different and try to avoid any other activities so that I can find more time to practice.
It's very hard to find people who see the importance of doing your study first before teaching other people. Yeah. Nowadays, almost all monasteries feel obligated to teach, even though they don't know how to teach.
Yeah.
This is because this is another trap of the defilement. See? The defilement don't want you to study or practice. Your defilement wants you to become teacher, because with a foolish teacher you then cannot teach people how to get rid of the defilements.
Yeah. So since I cannot find a better place yet, so I just try to survive in this environment. Or
yes.
you have any?
Well, the Buddha said that if you cannot find the kind of companion who is good, who understand or who have the same knowledge as you or better, then it's better just to live alone if you can.
Okay,
don't live with people who are more foolish than you are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I need a stricter environment, and I'm afraid that I lose the the practice that I already tried to maintain, because it's like I feel that I'm rather different in terms. I mean, in a lot of views. I listen to your teaching, so I know it's like which way I should go, but sometimes it might contradict with the environment here.
So you have to decide which one you want to follow then. Whose teaching you want to follow?
I try to stick to your teaching and those the
forest
monastery
there's
teachers.
no problem then. There's no problem then. It's your defilement trying to pull you the other way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very afraid because I'm not in the strict environment. I wish that I can be in environment like Lungta Bua's time, like, but I cannot find one yet. So I just try to pass.
Just live alone, exist alone. If you find your
Okay.
if your association will drag you down, then
Yeah.
don't live with them.
Okay, so I mean, from Tanachan's point of view, I can try to start to, like find maybe if I can just find somewhere and just stay alone like before, like, yeah, I feel that it is much faster because now a lot of distractions. I feel that it is so hard to maintain the mindfulness a lot of times.
Yes, if you cannot find a good teacher, then it's better to live alone than stay with a bad teacher.
Ah, okay. Okay, so if I stay alone and maybe I have to support myself, it might still be better.
I don't know. You have to decide for yourself. I'm just giving you a general tip about teachers or people you live with. But as the other factor, it's up to you to figure it out for yourself.
Okay, understood, Tanajan. Okay, I will try my best and hope for the best, Tanajan. Okay, thank you very much,
then.
Tanajan.
I think that's about it for tonight. That's all the time we have. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
กราบสาธุเจ้า
Thank you, brother.
Thank
Thank you,
you
Ajahn.
Sadhu, sadhu.
ค่ะ
Thank you, Ajahn.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank you.
sadhu.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you, Amin.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.